Have you ever wondered about the origins of the legendary city of Troy? Nestled in the heart of Asia Minor, where the radiant sun caressed the azure waves of the Aegean Sea, this city emerged as a beacon of history, grandeur, and the unforgettable drama of human existence. Troy, a city of monumental walls that seemed to scrape the sky, bore the marks of countless tales of glory and tragedy sewn into the fabric of time. This was a kingdom of unparalleled splendor, presided over by the sagacious King Priam and the elegant Queen Hecuba. Its magnificence was only outshone by its rich history, a narrative etched into its every stone. The lineage of its rulers was steeped in resilience, a testament to their strength in the face of adversity. They had weathered innumerable battles, their stories ingrained in the annals of the city. But Troy was more than just a city of stone and mortar. It was a city of divine intervention, a city that legends claimed was shaped by the gods themselves. Skilled masons, guided by the hands of the immortals, worked tirelessly to erect walls that no mortal could ever imagine. These divine barriers shielded Troy from countless threats and invasions, ensuring its survival through the ages. As the seasons changed and the years rolled by, the city thrived in a state of tranquility and opulence. The streets echoed with the sounds of daily life, each day a testament to the city's resilience and prosperity. But as we all know, fate is a fickle mistress. Unseen by the mortal world, the gods of Mount Olympus, driven by their own vanity and jealousy, were about to spin a web of conflict that would ensnare the city of Troy in its threads. But with the passing of time, the tranquility of Troy was about to be disrupted. Who would have thought that a divine contest could lead to the downfall of a city? Picture this: the gods of Mount Olympus in all their glory and vanity sparked a contest of beauty, of charm, of allure. Hera, the queen of the gods, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and Aphrodite, the goddess of love, each vied for the title of the fairest. Yet, who could judge such divine beauty? Who could dare to make such a decision? The task fell to Paris, a mortal prince of the city of Troy. Each goddess, in an attempt to sway his judgment, offered a bribe. Hera promised power beyond measure. Athena offered wisdom unparalleled, and Aphrodite, she pledged the love of the most beautiful mortal woman on earth. Paris, young and passionate, was ensnared by the promise of love. He awarded the golden apple, the symbol of supreme beauty, to Aphrodite. In that moment, he unknowingly bound the fate of his city to the mortal woman Aphrodite had promised him. And who was this mortal woman? None other than Helen, renowned across the world for her beauty. And here's the catch. Helen was already the wife of Menelaus, the king of Sparta. Paris, driven by the promise made by Aphrodite, succumbed to his desires and abducted Helen, bringing her back to Troy. This act of folly, this single decision, set in motion a chain of events that would reverberate through the annals of history. This divine contest, this seemingly harmless competition among the gods, was the spark that lit the flame of the Trojan War. A war that would see the mighty Greeks sail across the Aegean Sea, hell-bent on retrieving Helen and punishing Troy. In choosing Aphrodite, Paris unknowingly set the course for a war of epic proportions. This war, born of vanity and desire, would not only shape the destiny of Troy but also etch an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history. But who was this mortal woman whose beauty could spark a war? Her name was Helen, renowned across the lands as the epitome of beauty and grace. She was the jewel of Sparta, wedded to King Menelaus, yet her destiny was entwined with another, Paris, the Trojan prince. From the moment Paris laid eyes on Helen, he was entranced. Aphrodite's promise had come to fruition. The allure of Helen's beauty was intoxicating, a seduction that transcended rational thought. Driven by desire and the promise of love, Paris made a choice that would forever alter the course of history. In a daring act, Paris abducted Helen, spiriting her away from Sparta and into the heart of Troy. A stolen queen, a slighted king. The stage was set for a conflict of epic proportions. This act was not just a personal affront to King Menelaus, but a challenge to the pride and honor of all Greece. With Helen's abduction, the stage was set for the Trojan War. What happens when a personal affair turns into a war that engulfs an entire city? As the echoes of Paris's folly reverberated across the Aegean Sea, the Greek armies, led by the mighty King Agamemnon, set sail towards Troy. Their mission was clear: to reclaim the dazzling Helen and restore the honor of King Menelaus of Sparta. The stage was set, and thus the Trojan War began. For a decade, the plains of Troy were soaked with the blood of heroes. Among the valorous warriors who fought in this epic battle, 3 figures stood head and shoulders above the rest. Achilles, the invincible Greek hero, was a force of nature on the battlefield. His strength, agility, and ferocity were unmatched. Every swing of his mighty spear sent a chill down the spine of his adversaries. Yet, his invincibility came with a tragic flaw: his fiery temper. On the other side of the battlefield, the valiant Hector, the greatest of all Trojan warriors, fought with honor and courage. His sword served not only as a weapon, but also as a symbol of Troy's resilience and spirit. His unyielding determination inspired his comrades and instilled fear in the hearts of the Greeks. In the shadows, Prince Aeneas, the cunning Trojan warrior, weaved plots to outwit the Greeks. His strategies were as sharp as his sword, and his courage as deep as the sea. He was the beacon of hope in the darkest hours of Troy. As the war raged on, the city of Troy, once a beacon of grandeur and opulence, was reduced to a battleground. Yet, the spirit of the Trojans, their determination to protect their city and loved ones, remained unbroken. They fought, not just for survival, but for the honor of their city, their families, and their way of life. In the face of adversity, the Trojans demonstrated that true strength lies not in the might of one's sword, but in the courage of one's heart. Despite the onslaught, the spirit of the Trojans remained unbroken. What if the symbol of a supposed victory turned out to be a deadly trap? The Greeks, led by the cunning Odysseus, hatched a plot that would become one of the most famous deceptions in history. With their morale dwindling and the city of Troy still standing resilient, the Greeks needed an audacious plan, a stratagem that would break the city's defenses from within. They built a colossal wooden horse, an awe-inspiring sight to behold. The Greeks, known for their craftsmanship, spared no effort in the construction. The horse was not just large, but meticulously carved, a symbol of Greek artistry and dedication. The sight of this magnificent beast was enough to instill both fascination and reverence. But inside this monumental equine statue, Greek soldiers lay in wait, ready to unleash their fury when the time was right. The Greeks then appeared to retreat, leaving behind the massive wooden horse as a supposed offering to the goddess Athena, a symbol of their surrender. The Trojans, weary from the decade-long siege, saw this as a sign of their victory. They believed that the Greeks had finally accepted defeat and left the horse as a tribute to the might of Troy. Elation filled the city of Troy. Their enemies had retreated, and victory was theirs, or so they thought. Ignoring the warnings of the seers, they pulled the enormous wooden horse into the city, celebrating their supposed triumph. As night fell, the city of Troy, filled with jubilation, was unaware of the doom that lurked within their walls. The Greeks, hidden within the Trojan horse, waited for the city to fall into a deep slumber. With the cover of darkness, they emerged from the belly of the horse, opened the city gates for the Greek army, who had returned under the veil of night. The city, caught off guard, fell into chaos. With the Trojan horse within its walls, the city of Troy was poised on the brink of destruction. The Greeks had masterfully turned a symbol of victory into a deadly trap, a stratagem that would seal the fate of the legendary city of Troy. So, what can we glean from the tale of the mighty city of Troy? From its birth, Troy was a city destined for greatness, with towering walls said to be crafted by divine hands. But it was also a city destined for tragedy, as the divine contest between Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite found its mortal judge in Paris, a prince of Troy. His decision, swayed by Aphrodite's promise of love, led to the abduction of Helen, sparking the flames of the Trojan War. For 10 long years, the city withstood the onslaught, its inhabitants showing remarkable resilience. The cunning of Aeneas, the valor of Hector, every bit of it was tested, but it was the Greeks' final stratagem, a colossal wooden horse, that brought the city to its knees. In the end, the tale of Troy serves as a timeless reminder of the deadly consequences of pride, passion, and deception.